After the Minnesota Vikings finally selected their general manager of the future in Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, wow, that's going to be a tough name, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, Lord help me. I think a lot of people were kind of thinking, okay, we're going to get into this, choose a head coach, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. I think that the biggest thing I'm taking away from this as hiring Kwesi Adofo-Mensah as your general manager, change is coming. Like, there's going to be a lot of change that's coming. I don't know, if you guys have taken or been accustomed or looked at what he's done, especially with the 49ers or with the Cleveland Browns, but there's going to be some changes around here. I think if you compare the two general managers in Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, now he hasn't even made a single move yet, but I think overall you're going to notice some differences. I think with Rick Spielman, I think he was willing to take a lot of risks, whether it was moving up in the draft or going and trading a first-round draft pick for Sam Bradford. Yeah. And also, I think he was a guy that I think I don't know if he necessarily listened to the media a lot, but it seemed like he knew of the team's weaknesses pretty well. But the thing with Kwesi is I feel like he's going to do a really good job of getting value out of this team. Like, if you look at what they've done with the Browns over the last couple of years, just look at some of the signings, like guys like Jack Conklin and all those boys, Jadeveon Clowney, like just for what they're getting them for. I believe Jadeveon Clowney, they got him for like $8 million. And, there's a lot going on that behind the scenes of an NFL organization. We know that. But I think if you can learn and figure out how to get quality players at a premium price, I think that's going to be a huge thing for your football team. And I think that's what's going to be the thing with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, is he's going to be able to get value for the Vikings, and not sign necessarily like game-breaking players, but he'll sign good players for a fair price. And I think the biggest thing to take away from that is there will be money left if needed. In other words, if the Vikings need to go out and sign a bigger player, they absolutely can. And I'm sure, or more likely to sign a player that is actually a game changer that's already on the roster, guys like a future contract, if Christian Darrisaw pans out, or Justin Jefferson for that matter. So I think the thing with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is the fact that, yes, he gets value with his draft picks, but I also think that you're not going to see a Kirk Cousins type contract worth like $35-40 million. Not a lot of those, maybe one or two on the entire roster, but the rest of the roster is going to be made with value guys that they're going to bring the Vikings the most bang for their buck. And I think at the end of the day, I think that's the way you have to manage things. Is everybody's been bringing up the whole Moneyball approach or the whole Moneyball thought to this. Stop it. Maybe in baseball you can do that, but football, it's a completely different story. It's a completely different ball game, pun intended there. But I think, at the end of the day, you have to be able to make the best choices for your franchise moving forward. And you need to make sure that the choices you are making have intent behind them. And that's the biggest thing I've taken away from Adofo-Mensah is, his choices are going to have meaning behind them. There's going to be a reason for the madness, a method to the madness, rather. And I think that's a good thing. I think we grew accustomed to, seeing a general manager like Rick Spielman that was like one of those general managers that did a lot of good things. Excuse the music in the background. So I think I'm really excited for what this will mean. I think that overall as well, the Vikings are in a really good position to see what they want to do. And I think that they're in an even better position if they want to continue, finding a way to win games. I think they don't need to rebuild. I think Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is going to already have this team moving in a good direction. And I think that, yes, we've said it in this video, other videos, change is coming, but sometimes change is good. And I don't know who Kwesi's going to choose as his head coach, but I think it's going to be a decision that's impactful and that is there's intent behind it. So I think that he is also a guy, if you kind of look at him, you see a guy that wants to be collaborative and just get everybody's take. And I think that will go a long way, especially in a lot of war rooms and a lot of organizations. I think it's going to be a really big thing. And I'm really excited for the future with a guy like Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. Again, not the Moneyball thing. You can't do that kind of a thing, but I think he's going to be a guy that gets you a lot of value, that makes good, intentful picks. And it's not wasted on Kwesi. You can easily tell that. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. I really appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Check out our website at thesportsbriefpodcast.com. Also in the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also in our description, you'll find our links to our iTunes iTunes. Give us a listen and sub there. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about change that's coming for the Minnesota Vikings.